Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. This is episode number 7. I'm Calvin.
And I'm Jessica.
And it is Halloween.
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky.
It's almost the end of Spooktober.
Yeah, okay. So last week we didn't do an episode. I was visiting family for a funeral, so we decided not to do a video and just allow me to spend time with family and not, worry about it. So I appreciate you guys waiting around for this next episode. We'll make sure that this is a really good episode to make up for it. So we're all decked out here in our Halloween makeup, looking nice.
Sorry if I look a little dead. I'm a little tired.
Ooh, these Halloween buns. We spent all day yesterday and today pretty much dyeing each other's hairs. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can tell in this lighting here.
No, I don't think so.
Not really.
It looks like my hair is like black,
Yeah, it's purple. It looks a lot better in the daylight, but I wanted like a dimmer kind of...
like a deep, cute purple.
Yeah, but I wanted a little dimmer light here so we can have this like kind of aesthetic going on here. So it looks really nice for this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be an awesome episode. Today we're going to be talking about Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. It's a close call with Christmas probably, but I really, really like Halloween. I just love all holidays, but Halloween's like pretty special to me, I guess.
Yeah. Like, if we were ever going to have a party during the year, if we could only have one, it would be a Halloween party.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, that's the one. He's always, like, trying to get us to do at least something, go all out. He's just a really big Halloween person.
Yeah, I really want to do stuff. I think the past couple of years I haven't been able to because of work. We have a conference that we put on every year. And this year, and it's usually around Halloween, but this year, we're not having it. It's postponed.
Lucky for you.
And all sorts of stuff. Why is that?
That means you're going to have a real Halloweener.
Okay, yep. Yeah, I get to be home for Halloween, which it's been a couple of years since I got to be home, so. And yet I still, I was gone last week, so I didn't really get to plan as much as I wanted to. It's always like, I don't know. I really want to have like a huge Halloween party. I wanted to have like a whole bunch of people here today, actually, as whenever I was wanting to have it, but, it just didn't work out this year, but who knows? Who knows what next year holds? Who knows where we'll be next year?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? But, Halloween is like a lot of fun. I remember like growing up, it was like a really fun holiday because we would always go do stuff with my family, at least. Like we would go trick-or-treating. What?
No, you keep telling your story. I'm just thinking how opposite it was for me, but go on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my family really liked holidays. And yours, not so much.
I remember, like, some of my early Halloweens were pretty fun. Like, before my mom and dad split up, my mom would make costumes for me, and I had this one that I really remember that she made me into this clown, but, like, I had, like, my hair was made out of yarn, like, red yarn, and I had, like, a little bonnet on.
Yeah?
It was super cute. Like,
the rag doll.
Yeah, I think I have a photo somewhere, but it was super cute, but mainly, like, we just went down this one street that always had candy, and every year it got worse and worse, so all the candy sucked. And then one year, like, I don't know, I was maybe like 10, and my brother was probably like 6 or something. We just stopped going trick-or-treating, and there was a couple years where, like, somebody took us to families' houses, like 5 different people's houses, and I got more candy during those 5 stops than I ever did in any of my other Halloweens, because they were like, they knew us, and they were like just dumping big, huge candy bars in our bag.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, this is the best Halloween ever. But I quit wearing costumes probably when I was like 7 or 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then whenever I got to be, I guess whenever I got married, or maybe in college. Yeah. No, it was high school. High school, I did costumes because we had costume contests.
Yeah.
But besides that, like, I didn't dress up for any reason. And then, yeah, so I'm like...
Totally opposite?
Totally opposite of you.
Yeah, well, for me, like, growing up, we did stuff for Halloween almost every time. I don't remember, like, going and, like, trick-or-treating all that much. It was mostly, like, Halloween parties. We did go trick-or-treating a couple times, and I remember... one time we went to Boo at the Zoo in Little Rock, and that's where I probably got the most candy ever. Like, you know, some houses you go to, they give you like a piece or whatever. These people just had buckets, and they were just like getting handfuls and just giving it to you. I was like, we need to go back here.
I never went to Boo at the Zoo. I never even really knew about it until we lived in Little Rock. Yeah,
which, you know, too old to go, I guess, but I didn't really want to either. Like, the candy part, you know, it's not that the fun part of it. It's like the dressing up, you know, doing something fun.
Oh, yeah. I love the dressing up.
I love, like, haunted houses, and I love, like, scaring people, too, and stuff. Whenever, so there was this one time I was at my grandpa's house in Clinton, and I had a zombie costume, the one I seen yesterday.
Oh, the one you showed me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wore this, like, zombie costume with the, like, you know, raggedy clothes. We went to a Halloween store yesterday, and they actually had the exact same one. So I'm like, that's like...
Like, what, 20 years later?
Yeah.
Or even more?
Yeah. It's not that long. I'm not that old. Jeez.
You're almost 30.
No, quit. Stop this. No. It was probably about, I don't know, like 10 years ago. 10, 12 years ago. You know. What?
We got married 7 years ago.
Maybe it was longer than I don't know.
Sorry.
It's 15 years ago. Is that better?
Cause a problem.
It was 15 years ago. Is that better? Yeah. Sure. 15 years ago, I wore this exact same costume. Anyway, 15 years ago.
You're a grandmother.
You're a grandmother.
Okay.
So I wore this costume, and we had a strobe light outside, and there was like trick-or-treaters coming to like get some candy at my grandpa's house, and I just sat there. And I got some hay, and I stuck it out of the arms to make it look like it was stuffed. And I kind of just laid there and pretend like, you know, I was like a stuffed zombie that they had. I waited till they looked at me as they're walking up, and they're like kind of scared of it or whatever, but I'm like looking stuffed or whatever. And then they go to grab candy, like they knock on the door opens. My grandpa wanted to see it too. The door opens, he gives them candy, and as they're getting candy, I slowly move my hands, and with the strobe light, like you can't tell, but you can kind of tell, and it just looks scary. And then I grab their legs, and oh my gosh, that's the funniest thing.
That's how you get punched.
These kids were throwing their candy up in the air. This one guy, he was like, he ended up coming back. Like after he heard what happened to his kid, he came back to the house. He was like, knocks on the door. He's like, "You just scared my kid. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. I'm gonna go get my other son, and I'll be back in a minute." He gets his son, which his son was probably a little older than me, you know, so, you know, 15, 16 or whatever. And he goes and knocks on the door, and his dad's like, "You gotta get some candy at this house." So he goes over there to the house.
He was probably telling the kid, "This is the one with the big candy bars."
Probably. So he goes to the house, and then, like, I just sit there, and I just wait. He gets the candy, and like the door opens, whatever, and then I grab his leg, and I knew who it was because I've seen the dad or whatever. So I grabbed his leg like really hard, and that guy, you know how my grandpa has like steps after you like go over, he tripped on the steps, threw his candy down, and just sprinted to the truck. His candy went everywhere. It was so funny, and the dad's just rolling, laughing so hard. My grandpa's loving it. So yeah, I just love. I love that so much, being able to like scare people.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's so great.
I can't even count how many Halloweens I went trick-or-treating with no costume.
With no costume?
With no costume.
What?
I'd go Halloween trick-or-treating with my little brother, and I would have a little Walmart sack and be like, can you give me candy too?
I like candy.
I'd be like 12 years old. I'm here? They're probably thinking like, you put no effort into this.
Yeah. You're like, treat. Please? Wow. Yeah.
What's your costume? This is my costume. I'm a serial killer.
What the heck?
Just kidding.
Jeez.
You never know when someone's a serial killer.
Yep.
I'm very bad at making jokes.
Yeah, we all see that.
But it's so fun.
We're having fun here.
Anyway. What were you saying?
Well, I was just saying I love Halloween. That's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah.
We had, I was saying we didn't go trick-or-treating all that much. It was mainly just like the activities of Halloween. Mm-hmm. I remember, what? You're just like...
Okay, I hate to interrupt you.
Okay, go ahead.
I
Okay, well that's what this is about.
One time I was trick-or-treating and I went up to this house and it was like it was getting late. It was probably like 10 or 11. I mean, it's not too late for little kids, it is though. And I go up to this house, they still had their light on. Mm-hmm. And I knock on the door, I was like, trick or treat! And like the door was already open, it was just a screen. Mm-hmm. And then this little girl was on the floor counting all of her candy. And the parents look up and they're like, you could tell that they didn't mean to leave their light on, and they gave me some of that little girl's candy. No. I was like, no, it's okay. And they're like, no, here.
And you looked at the little girl and said, sir.
I was like a lot younger then. It wasn't when I was a teenager not wearing a costume.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, I was a lot younger. I was a tiger that year, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on with your story.
Wow, that's hilarious. Well, I was just saying that, do you know a barn across from Mom's house? Oh, the shed or whatever? Yeah. Barn, whatever. So there's this barn where, I don't know, they just had it there. I guess, well, anyway, there's a barn there. Before they put the metal on it, it was just like this wood slab barn. I don't know how I say stuff, but... So we had a haunted house there, and I invited, like, everybody.
Like from your school? From my school, yeah.
There was a decent turnout. I mean, I didn't invite everyone from the school, but I invited my class or whatever. Mm-hmm. There was a decent turnout. I mean, not everyone came, but like a couple people came, and it was like a lot of fun. And I had my cousins there, mm-hmm. and it was like the whole haunted house kind of thing. It's like very low budget. I think it was like free. We didn't charge anybody. It was just like, come to this haunted house and we'll scare you. So everyone loved it. And they go through the haunted house. I think we had some like different obstacles that they had to go through, and it was like very janky in this barn, So it's like probably not safe.
Yeah.
Then we had people jump scaring. We had people dressed up. Zane, he was there and he hung off the top of the barn. And like when people walked by, he like kind of leaned down and just like dangled by his legs and just scared people. It was pretty fun. Like,
I hate haunted houses.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're not even very good budget. They're not very good. You kind of expect things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
I have peed my pants in haunted houses because I'm anticipating how scared I am and having anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Also, remember that one haunted house we went to in Cersei where your cousin was in one of the skits?
Oh, yeah.
And I recognized, like, his cousin was all decked out and, like, there wasn't a way to know except for the fact that I heard his voice. And I knew it was him, and he's trying to go along with the skit, and I'm just cracking up because it's so funny to me, and I'm weird, and it really wasn't that funny, but I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was cracking up so hard, and they had a really big skit, and he was trying to go along with it.
Yeah, he was like a doctor, supposed to like chop somebody up or
Yeah,
something.
and finally he was just like, he threw his hands up. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Come here. And gave me a hug, and we talked for a minute, and then we heard people coming, and we left.
Yeah, I went to the rest of the haunted house to chase us out with chainsaws.
But yeah, I hate haunted houses so much. Like I remember going through this one haunted house one time, and it was like when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And somebody like did a jump scare, and it was like they jumped in my face, and then I jumped back in their face. I was like, how do you like that? I was so like, it was like either I was screaming and running and peeing my pants, or I was like lashing out with anger. Like, there's no in between.
Yeah. Were you at the haunted house where they had Michael Jackson jumping on the bed?
What?
You don't?
No.
You weren't at that one. Okay.
No, I wasn't at that one.
Yeah, he was like, he, come join me. Yeah, it was weird.
That is terrible.
It was scary. Well, so anyway, growing up, like Halloween costumes are like so expensive too.
Yeah, if you don't make them yourself.
Well, exactly. So my mom made our costumes like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've seen the photo of me whenever I was like a clown as a kid. Me and my sister, I think. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then
you were a little moo cow.
I was a cow. Like one of my, I think
you were like, it was a little baby.
I think it was my first Halloween. Yeah. Mom dressed me up like a little cow.
It was cute.
I probably got a photo of that, and I'll show that.
Yeah. I definitely think you do.
Yeah, I'm somewhere. And then let me see here. I've got some photos on my computer here that we'll look at. This is me carving a pumpkin here. Like, we always did fun stuff like this. And then
oh my gosh, yeah, every year he's like, it's time to carve pumpkins, and I don't like to touch the guts, and so I'm like, I'll paint a pumpkin. But this year I carved one, but some years I don't.
Yeah. When we carved pumpkins, I remember like when we first got Tiny Cat in Portland. Tiny Cat, he loved pumpkin guts.
Tiny Cat was this little bitty baby kitty. He was probably like 6 weeks old. He was, the tiniest little cat.
Mm-hmm. And
we're carving pumpkins, and we have this like trash bag laid out across the whole floor, taped down so we don't get guts all over our carpet.
Yeah.
And he just runs over, attacks the guts that were on the floor, and runs off with them. I grab him, actually you grabbed him, and you like shook.
I grabbed the guts.
Oh,
and I'm like, get off! And he's just dangling there. Yeah, I'm just like, what the heck? Get off the guts! He
did not want to let go of the guts, and we didn't even know if cats could have pumpkin, which I looked it up, and it's good for them. But I was just like freaking out. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. But look at this costume here. Mom made me the Hulk. She
made that?
Yeah, well, the Hulk hands we bought at the store there.
But she made the costume for you?
Yeah, and she painted my face green and stuff, but yeah, she made that, and she sewed it and made like little padding for the muscles and stuff.
She's amazing. She's super mom.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then also, let me come back here. Like in high school, I dressed up like for different stuff. Like, this is me as a hillbilly. And then I had you can't really see it there, but I had a costume where I was like, I painted my face like a skeleton, but I had an afro.
Like, why?
Well, I had the afro for whenever I was like a hippie for 1 year, and so I just reused it.
Oh, okay.
Like, me and my sister were hippies.
And so that other costume, you were just like, let's throw one something funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that afro, I'm looking back now, I think my dad gave me this one. Like, he had the black one, and I had this, well, that's my hair, jeez. I had this one with the blonde in it, you see?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I don't know why we had it. And then here's me like dressed up like I think this was like school spirit week, but I was just wanting to show that like
You're very festive.
I'm very festive. This is me dressed up in my sister's cheerleading outfit. Yeah, but here was a Halloween party we had. I was a skeleton then. Yeah, I missed that hoodie. That was an awesome hoodie.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so this was in high school, and then when we got to college, I think right before we started dating was Halloween.
Mm.
And so
yeah, but we were kind of talking.
Yeah, I mean not really, I don't think. I like kind of, but not really.
Oh yeah, I remember you were supposed to be taking photos of the whole like.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I want you to dance with me. But you couldn't really dance because you were like taking photos. And then we snuck off into like the other room for a minute. And like just hugged and stuff.
I'm trying to think.
Remember the Halloween party where we had the dance at the like off?
Oh, that like abandoned off-campus building.
Yeah, is that not what you're talking about?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah,
it was the same year.
Was it?
Yeah, it was right after or right when we started talking.
I guess so. Yeah, I was thinking of like, yeah, I guess so.
It's the same time as this pumpkin you're just showing me.
Yeah, this is the pumpkin you carved.
Yeah,
and we were having that Halloween party where you were. I mean, like that pumpkin carving. Look at Emily. We were like carving pumpkins out there and stuff, and then like you looking all depressed.
Oh my gosh, I looked so depressed there.
Yeah.
I remember this. I had just like broken my glasses.
Oh yeah.
And I can't see without my glasses. And I was just like not having fun and pouting around because I couldn't see anything. Especially in the dark, like I like get almost like night blind in a way. Not like completely, but it's really, really hard to see in the dark.
Yeah.
And like right now, I don't have my glasses on, and I'm just like kind of like whatever. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, you look so sad in that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So here.
Oh.
Wait.
Okay, sorry.
It's a terrible video, but here's a video of that Halloween party when I dressed up like a zombie. That's the abandoned building. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty scary looking there.
Mm-hmm. I was a Twister costume that year.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
You wanna touch right hand red?
Uh-huh. And that's how we started dating, guys. So that year, oh yeah, here's another photo of that abandoned building. Like, it was actually pretty scary.
Didn't you decorate this?
Yeah. I didn't take very many photos of it, but I did decorate it. I had a strobe light, fog machines, black lights and stuff. And then I bought paint or like fake blood. And they said I can go crazy and like smear fake blood everywhere. So I put it on the walls, made it look like handprints and like smears and stuff. Which is a lot of fun. We had I think I might have been the DJ too. Mm-hmm. And we just had a little party there, but... Ooh. What?
I feel like I kind of sneezed really bad.
Well, hold it in.
Okay,
Elephant.
Look at those little photos that I decorated my apartment with.
Yeah. Yeah, this was... I think, was this the first or second year?
This was the second year of college, but it was before me and you got together that I started decorating.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I think I started decorating extra hard because I knew you liked Halloween.
Oh, really?
Because, well, it was a mixture between Taylor wanted to decorate, but she just like, I don't know what to do. Which she can decorate, she's good, but like she kind of was like, I don't know what to do. And so it was a mix between that, and then also I knew he liked stuff, so I was like, I'm going to decorate the apartment, and I went crazy.
Yeah, I love these windows here where you have, it looks like somebody's like help or something, trying to get in or something.
I cut these out of foam core.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I taped together foam core, and like I think I had somebody lay down.
Probably,
and I traced them, and yeah.
Yeah, I like the bats you had on the walls there.
Oh, yeah, that was super fun. And my little foam core
headstones.
Headstones.
Yeah. You are next. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, let me see. I think you wrote something on the wall, too.
Oh, the lost souls of 401D. Because it was the apartment 401D. I cut out of construction paper. I cut those letters out. So...
Yeah.
It was so fun. It was really kind of cheap decorations.
But it looks so cool.
Because it was just like construction paper, webs, pumpkins, and foam core, and then string.
Yeah, we probably would have done the same thing in here if we had a party.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I really, really, really like that.
That was like back when Pinterest wasn't like super popular, but I knew about Pinterest.
Oh, yeah.
And
head of the curve.
I got some of these ideas off of Pinterest. The bat thing and the tombstones, but I also did the toilet. There was like a little, remember when you walked in, it looked like the toilet had a little guy peeking out of the darkness?
Yeah, like he had hands underneath coming off the bottom of the seat or whatever.
No, it was the lid.
Oh, the lid, that's right, yeah.
Anyways, I don't know if we have photos of that, but that was funny.
I don't, no. Yeah, that was really cool. And then that year was the first year I did the zombie makeup.
Yes.
So we talked about doing zombie stuff in a previous episode. Our like engagement episode or whatever. But that year I wanted to try to be a zombie because we were really into The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
So I looked up like a ton of YouTube tutorials. This was my first test here where I was trying to make my finger look like a zombie.
That looks disgusting.
Yeah, it does look disgusting. And then like here's a photo of like all the stuff I bought to try to do it. Mainly that mask there was like a foam mask. And I could put it on my face and then like, make it look like it was seamless or whatever, and then add my own stuff to it. And I was really excited about that. But then I made my hands look like
this is my hand.
Oh yeah.
You did that to my hand, and that was also really disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Seeing it on my own hand too. Ugh.
Oh, I also bought this bone. Or no, I made this bone. I think this might have been another year, but I got some like toilet paper, rolled it up, and like made my own bone there.
This is my hand too.
Yeah, this is at my mom's house.
Is it?
Yeah, this is by the fridge and stuff, you see. Anyway.
Oh, it is, I guess. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so...
That looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it turned out. But yeah, I did zombie makeup, and I think I showed photos of these already, but like, you can see how this turned out when we went to Subway. Oh, and then my colored contacts that I did. Yeah.
This was before you learned how to really get good and do it like without a mask.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those turned out really cool. Actually, let me show you.
Didn't it take you like 5 hours that morning to get ready?
Oh yeah, I got up really early.
We were having like a costume contest at school or at college, and I dressed up as like I was thinking like Mother Nature or some kind of figure, like some kind of, I had this like sheet that I made this like costume. It was kind of like I don't know any other way to describe it, like a toga, you wrap the sheets around you. I kind of did something like that.
Like leaves and stuff.
And then I got leaves. I made myself a crown. I made leaves all around. I like customized my sandals and had like fancy makeup. Yeah. There's nothing like you.
Yeah, I went all out. Did I win?
Yeah, you won. Yeah. Everybody was like saying how you had the most creative, and I was like, yeah, but I made my own costume out of a sheet because I'm so like, I'm better than everyone. I'm not really like that, but I'm competitive, so sometimes I'm like that when I'm competing. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah,
that was a lot of fun. I think I'm probably what wasn't the most creative. I was a zombie, which is not that creative, I guess.
Yeah.
Yours is really cool too. Mine was probably just more unexpected, I guess.
Mine looked like the idea of it might have been okay, but it looked kind of basic.
Yeah, but it looked good, and it like made sense. You know, I really liked it.
Thank you.
I thought you were cute.
You're so sweet.
So speaking of zombies, though, let me see if I can find this photo here. We did a zombie photo shoot one time of Jessica.
It was in the middle of like July or August.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, it was so hot.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I think we were just kind of preparing for Halloween.
It was like, you know how like Halloween stuff comes out like the end of summer, like.
Oh yeah, that's when it came out, and I was like, "Ooh, Halloween! We need to do something."
Yeah, it was like as soon as the Halloween store opened, we went and bought Halloween stuff, and Calvin's like, "Can I make you into a zombie right now?" And I'm like, yeah, sure." And he's like, "Okay, now what?" And I was like, "Well, do you want to take pictures?" And it just kind of like snowballed.
Yeah. So here's I wanted to do a process photo shoot. So here's like photos of like the whole process. That way I can show people how I made it or whatever.
On my phone or on my profile, I have the video that I like held my head in the same place, and it like shows
really
the process like
okay.
Really quickly.
If we find that, we'll play that.
Okay.
As this is going.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. And then we decided to go to Little Rock. And we did a photo shoot, like made it look like a zombie was like coming out and attacking.
Ugh. And I looked so gross, you guys. It was so bloody.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I was so glad that I didn't have to look at myself.
It was pretty gross.
Because it grosses me out when he dresses up as a zombie. It makes me want to puke sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with gore. It's just, like, I don't like it, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just glad I didn't have to look at it. But there were, like, people that seen me. And, like, sometimes you would see people and they would be, like, checking me out, like, what's going on? And then there were some people, like you said, one was, like, on their bike and they seen me. And then they're just, like
pedaled so fast.
Booked it. Yeah, like, and then there were the people that, like, asked if I was in a movie. And I was like, no.
Yeah. I think we were walking back to go back to our truck, maybe. And then we ran into this family.
Oh, yeah. The ones they swerved over. I don't even know why they were driving. It was like a back road or something. They swerved off to the side of the road really fast, jumped out, and they were like, hey.
And we were like, what?
We were like, what? And then they were like, the dad was like, can you please take your photo with me, please? I love The Walking Dead. Can you just act like you're attacking me? It's okay if you grab me or whatever and you pretend like you're gonna bite me. Like, make it look real.
It was weird, yeah.
It was so awkward, but also...
Did we ever give him the photos?
I don't know.
I don't think we did. He just really wanted to be in the photo shoot.
I guess. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. It was like 6 years.
Well, we took those photos, and he, like, I had to only show I added the photos to my Facebook, but I only showed the photos where he wasn't looking because he was smiling so big the entire time. He was so excited.
He loved it so much. We made his day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he was smiling the whole time and kind of giggly a little bit sometimes.
You can see in all these photos, like, I don't show his face. And then when I do, he still looks like he's smiling, but he's screaming, you know?
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh my gosh, it was so funny. And then, like, we took the photos, you know, went home, and then, what was it, a week or two later?
Yeah.
A week or two later, we go out to eat at IHOP. And we're sitting there eating, and then we seen the guy. So we went up to him and was like, hey man, how's it going? And he's like, he didn't, I guess, recognize you.
Oh yeah, because I look totally different.
And then we're like, oh, we did the photo shoot with the zombie. And then he was like, oh my gosh, that was you? And was so excited. Ends up, the dude was the manager or the owner of IHOP at that restaurant. And he gave us a free meal, and we're like, all right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so it worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so crazy. I think it was really cool though.
Oh yeah, we went into the Halloween store.
Oh yeah, we took a photo of that too.
there were people who took pictures of me, like people we didn't know that was like, can I take your picture? And they took pictures of me. And then I was like, I wonder if they posted it on Facebook and or not Facebook, but Instagram. And I stalked Instagram and they posted it on their Instagram.
Did they?
Yeah. I was just like people taking random pictures of me because I'm super creepy.
Look at your hair in this photo. I forgot that I patched it up to make it look like a piece of your hair was ripped out.
Yeah, that hurt when you took that out too.
I know it would.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
Oh my god, it does look like a big chunk was ripped out of my hair.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But and here's a photo of you with the other zombie.
Oh yeah, from The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so much better than her.
So much better. But yeah, it was so good. And then our zombie photo shoot, which we talked about in the other episode. But yeah, I loved doing zombie makeup. I think that. So after we got married, in 2012, was Halloween coming up, but it was kind of last minute a little bit. I mean, we bought that stuff to do zombie makeup for you.
Yeah.
And I was starting to get tired of doing the zombie makeup a little bit. I really liked it.
Because you did it all the time.
Yeah. Because we did it the year before. We did it for the engagement photo shoot. Then I did it for you. And I was just like, okay. I'm getting a little bored of it, but I wanted to do a different Halloween costume, but I still wanted to have a party. And then I was just like, I don't know what to do. And then eventually I just kind of caved. I was like, I'm gonna do zombie again, but it didn't turn out because I did it last minute and I did it in an hour, if that. And I also wanted to do a mustache for some reason. Do you remember that? Here, let's look at that photo. Look how terrible this looks. And my hair is I put blood in my hair too.
I think I remember telling you to go take this off in the middle of the party.
I ended up taking it off.
I was so disgusted. I'm the worst wife ever. I was like, Calvin, can you please just go take that off? Because it's nasty.
So bad. Oh my gosh, it looks so bad.
Oh, what were the other photos in the?
So this was the party. I had This is you and Natalie. I don't know what the game is here, but you're scooping these candies, candy corns into a plate or something like that.
Oh, remember we used beds as our couch? Those are beds back there. We used them as a couch.
Did we?
Yeah.
Where was this?
This was in Sherwood.
Oh my gosh, this was before we bought a couch.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess, yeah. Jeez. That's crazy. And then we did these pumpkins, which were really cute.
Yeah, that's super cute.
You get those
vampire teeth.
Yeah, plastic vampire teeth, and then cut a pumpkin and put them in there. They look really cool. And then here's a pumpkin I carved.
That's so cute.
So cute. It does look more cute than scary. Yeah, I don't know.
Creepy teeth.
And then there's you with the black light spray that I bought.
Oh, yeah.
Which that was a whole thing, too. Am I smearing this?
Not too bad.
No, not too bad. Okay. I forget that it's on my face.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the year after we got married and just so much stuff going on that year. And then every year after that, it was just what are we going to do? But 2014 was probably my favorite Halloween that I've had. Yeah? Because that's the one we had at our house in BB. And we had people come over. You were dressed up like a cat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't put a lot of effort in. Okay, I've never been that big on Halloween, like I said. And I was like, what is the least effort I can put in and still look cute?
Yeah.
And so I dressed up like a cat.
We bought these contacts.
Yeah. Oh, those contacts kept turning over to the side, too, and I kept having to twist them back up and down. Yeah. But, yeah, it was super cute. I think I looked good.
I really wanted to buy you, I seen, it was a fake cat nose. And, make it look like a cat nose, but you know,
and I was not interested,
you were not interested.
I was just like, let me just be like super basic, like.
Yeah, it was really cute. Oh, we did have a tail. You had a tail, and then the
Yeah.
cat little gloves. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it looked really good. I liked it, and then you had your red hair at the time.
Yeah, I think that really made it.
Yeah.
Honestly, the red hair and the contacts.
Mm-hmm. It looked really cool. And then we had, so we had the Halloween party.
Was I crawling on the ground in that photo?
Maybe we won't show that one. Yeah, you were crawling on the ground on that one.
Oh, it looks so unironic. Like, I'm just like, I'm trying to be cute in this photo. Or like, maybe that's my life.
I'll share the photo. That's funny. Oh, it's so dumb. So dumb. But we had anyways, we had people come over. We decorated. I wrapped these plastic silverware on these black plates with these teeth around them because I seen on Pinterest a really nice black plate with a cloth, red cloth, and like silverware. But we were being cheap, you know.
Yeah.
But those turned out really cool. We had spider webs and black lights everywhere. We had people bring food. Mm-hmm. I cut a pumpkin in half and put drinks in there, which was really cool. I love like soda, like flavored soda, like orange soda, cream soda,
or like in
root beer, in glass bottles. Like I love it. And so every time we had a party, we would do that. You know, my sister made these like really cool looking like cookies with the teeth and stuff on it, which was a lot of fun. And then we might have made these hot dogs.
No, we didn't. She made those.
She made those too. Yeah. Samantha was awesome. Yeah, she
was awesome.
She is awesome. And then we made spaghetti.
But we dyed the noodles black.
And then the sauce like red.
Yeah, we dyed the sauce red. Like, it's already red, but we made it more red so it looks like bloody. And everybody was like, this is so unnerving to eat this.
It looks very scary. But
it looks like, what in the heck is going on?
But it was good.
It tasted good.
There's Ashley like freaking out about it. But yeah, it was so cool. Oh, also, we got some tonic water and froze that. Mm-hmm. And then we had like a black light, like in the kitchen, there was like these fluorescent bulbs, and I replaced those with black lights.
Oh, yeah.
And so anytime you went to go get ice, you can get regular ice or tonic water ice or whatever, and then the tonic water would glow. And then I put like gummy worms and like little bats and stuff in the ice too. You know, you can see that. You're getting tired?
I'm dying, man.
She's dying. Look at her. But anyway, we had a huge party. It was a lot of fun. Blah, blah, blah.
It's safe to say that you love Halloween.
I love Halloween. Yeah.
If there isn't enough proof, here you go.
Yeah, I'll show a couple photos. And then we had a photo booth. And everyone's acting really dumb.
Everybody's acting really dumb.
Yeah, and then my brother, I did zombie makeup on a little bit.
Wasn't that really last minute?
Yeah, like he came to the party and like we were finishing stuff up. And he's like, I don't know what to be. And I was like, well, we got a zombie. Oh.
We always try having a photo booth if we can.
Yeah. Here's Allie.
Oh, whenever Allie was a little baby.
Yeah, and she's getting eaten by a werewolf. And then
Natalie was the identity thief.
Oh my gosh, that was
her
so
costume's
creative.
so clever.
Yeah, I think we made these like really funny awards. Like we spray painted like a skeleton and put it on a plaque and like
spider.
Yeah, and a spider one, and we gave those away as like prizes. And my brother, I think, still has one of his prizes or whatever, which is so cool.
It was like best costume, most One was best costume, and everybody had a vote, and then one was like who is the like
party champion,
like most involved, and they're like super excited to do everything. And then there was one more that was just like
it was grand winner.
Oh, grand winner.
Whatever.
Oh, you have it.
Yeah, I have the photos here. Yeah.
So
I don't know what that even meant, but
did he get the party champion?
Troy did.
Yeah.
So that was like somebody who like went all out and had fun with everything. It's like the most festive person or whatever.
Yeah.
So Troy played all the games and he did a costume and like participated the most. So we got a prize. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then
oh my god, please do not show those to me.
Okay. Then we bought this wig, and I chopped it up. And then I got a blue hoodie and I got super glue and put all over it. And I made myself Jack Frost.
I remember him working on this costume. He worked on this costume every day for like a week.
Yeah.
And like he went to like Goodwill to buy the clothes, and I remember the pants were too big, like at the ends or something. I remember having to help you sew some of it up because it was like I'm trying to make it work for you.
Yeah. But it turned out really cool.
Yeah. It was a really fun party, honestly.
Yeah. And then I had the blacklight spray again and I sprayed myself and it looked really cool in the blacklight. And then this, I want to see what this video is here. This is showing some of that blacklight water when I'm pouring it out. The tonic water.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
So we had that, and then I also got some dry ice, and then I made these like bubbling things. We put it in the soda, but we also put it on the countertops there. So it looked, and we put tonic water and stuff, so it looked like it glowed. It was really cool. But yeah, anyway, that was like a really cool Halloween that we had. My favorite one, and then I think since then we really haven't had like a good Halloween. It's mostly been like I've been busy with work during this time of year, you know?
Yeah, I think that, we had that one time that your work was like, you had to do the design competition on Halloween, and then your foot was hurt, and you were the dinosaur
oh my gosh.
with the walker.
Yeah, so we had a Halloween party, / design competition thing, and I was also the DJ and the host, and I like messed up my knee, which I guess we'll talk about some other time, but there was that blow up dinosaur costume that I'm sure you've seen like everywhere that I was wearing with my little walker.
Yeah, he had a walker because he couldn't use crutches with the costume.
Yeah, because of tiny arms.
Yeah, and so he used a walker, and everybody's like thinking it's like
some kind of
meta of like.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, my knee, I like hurt myself.
I literally can't walk.
Like I literally can't walk.
They're like, what is this supposed to mean?
Yeah, they were getting so introspective, and I was like, did not again least effort ever, and I go to the party in a unicorn onesie, but the funny thing is that everybody loved it. They were like, you're the best, everybody loved it. Like, there were people that were better, and obviously they praised them more. But
that was such a fun year.
They gave me so much praise that I did not expect because I looked cute in my unicorn onesie.
It was very, very minimal effort on your part.
Oh yeah, it was very minimal.
Yeah.
And I wore a dress under it just in case I got hot, so I could zip it off. And I did get hot, and I took it off like later that night when we were dancing like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there was a huge like dance, so I put on the music really loud, and then I think we had a fog machine that I brought. And then it was just like this whole thing. And there was like the break dancing and stuff.
Yeah, everybody started like a dance circle where everybody would take turns getting in the middle doing like a crazy dance.
Yeah.
And there were some really good dancers. That was like, remember Becky Simpson? I was like, man, she can dance. I didn't know she got some moves. Anyways, y'all don't really know her probably, but she's awesome. But yeah, I really enjoyed that year, even though like it wasn't the Halloween party thing.
That was my excuse to throw another Halloween party because I couldn't do one at home that year.
Oh, weren't you in charge of buying lots of costumes for the photo booth?
Yeah, so they gave me a credit card and said, you have a couple $100 limit, like go whatever, and we had a photo booth. And I went to like Spirit or something like that. I was gonna say Halloween So there's a place in LA called Hollywood Halloween something or whatever. And I was like, Halloween. And I can't.
And he can't say Halloween anymore.
Like last night, I was just trying to say Halloween. And I kept saying, hello.
Yeah, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Like, you just
like,
keep screwing it up, you little.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
I think I'm about to be expired.
Okay. When she starts laughing like this, you know we're at the end of our podcast. Babe, it is 12:30. People are sleeping. Go. Stop. Okay. Take a big breath. Well, maybe that's where we'll stop. I just really wanted to talk about Hollywood real quick because it's like really important. It's really exciting. This year we're not doing a whole lot because of, I mentioned all this already. We went to a little thing tonight.
Oh, it was so fun.
Okay, yeah. So we did photos, just like 1 or 2 photos in this it looked like a booth where you get shocked, electrical chair, whatever. And then there was this escape box.
Yeah.
Where I'm inside of it. There's a couple things that I can feel around. And then Jessica's on the outside and she sees things and has to we have to communicate with each other. Like, okay, there's a couple switches here. What do they do? And then do you notice anything change on the outside? And then going back and forth. Mm-hmm. And we had 10 minutes to figure it out or something. And they were like, well, it's kind of hard with just 2 people. Mm-hmm. But we ended up doing it. So
yeah, it was they called it a therapy chamber, but it was looked like a big ice box with a head cut out, and they said we're gonna turn up the temperature now. You got to keep the temperature under a certain amount.
There was this meter that showed how hot it was in there.
How hot? I'm sure it was the timer.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything in there, so there was a smoke machine that made it look like it was steaming.
Yeah, but it was crazy. There was all these levers I had to pull,
and a passcode, and
passcodes, and button situations, and we had to match up numbers. And he didn't know, he couldn't see any of it, and I couldn't see what was inside. So it's it was a teamwork, and we passed. So
it's not work a team.
I mean, we're married.
It was kind of hard a little bit because there was it was kind of a brain teaser in a way because there was 3 things that I had to remember in my head at once as you're telling me, and I had to there was these switches that the only way I can reach it was by going like this, and then there was 2 over here. I couldn't reach these with my hand because of the pressure, so I'm over there fiddling around and trying to memorize a sequence. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. And then we did the cha-cha slide right before we left. Yeah. And then we came back here and after eating, and then now we're here telling the story. So
it's at 12:30 in the morning.
12:30. So yeah, we were gonna do this later or earlier today, but like we mentioned, my hair.
Yeah. Maybe we'll show pictures.
Yeah. Well,
or something.
Yeah. We'll show something. I'm sure the thumbnail will show it a little better. Maybe I'll Photoshop it so you can see it a little better. Who knows? But then we didn't want to do it tomorrow because, I really like how my makeup turned out. And yours looks really good too. Yeah. I did it a different way and it turned out terrible, but anyway, this is where we're at now. End of the podcast. Time for bed, right?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for watching, guys. Or thanks for listening if you're listening. And
if you are listening, maybe hop onto YouTube this time because we're showing a bunch of photos.
Yeah, I mean, you can listen all you want. I really like to show a lot of photos, so
yeah, especially this episode.
Yeah. But yeah, make sure to subscribe, review on Spotify. We're now on Pandora, finally. After all this time, they finally approved me. That took forever.
Hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube.
And then, I guess, share it with everybody.
Comment a skull emoji down below because you want to show some love if you made it to the end of the episode.
Anyway. Thanks guys, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.